ooh boy, I got me a full week of recording done. It was great, and we have this whole, I got the first 2 normal days that I usually have. They all went great. I recorded a fuck ton then. I got the first of the extra days, and we did it, and I finished up Kage-sama Love is War Season 2, and we started Bloom into You because I fucked up and tried to start this beforehand, but that didn't work because I accidentally deleted this apparently somehow like years ago. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. It was just gone. It fucking kapoofed out the goddamn universe. I don't know how that happened, but apparently it did, so we started Bloom instead. And anyway, so I did all that, and then it's great, and I ended off with Madoka, and I was like, fuck. I kind of want to watch another episode. And now today's happened, and I want to watch an episode of Bloom into You. I want to watch an episode of Madoka, and I want to start this. Now the problem is literally no matter which one of these options I take, which newsflash, you know which option I've taken because you're watching it. But no matter which option I take, it's gonna be bad. Because if I'm recording Steins Gate, if I'm starting Steins Gate 0, that means I'm recording episode 23B, and I'm also going to record the first episode of Steins Gate. That's the promise I made, is that we were going to, or Steins Gate 0. That's the promise I made, is like when we were going to do that, that was how I was going to handle it, because it would make more sense to do it that way. At least so I thought. And I continue to think, and will continue to think until proven wrong. Anyway, so that's a thing. But that means I have already recorded 2 videos in the day where I don't have enough time to also then record Madoka. So then maybe I could record Bloom, but then I couldn't record Madoka. And then, because Madoka has to be the last one. There's no way this goes positively. Anyway, hey, hi-ho, and motherfucking howdy, everybody. It's so fucking good to see you guys again. It's been a whole few minutes. I'd go so far as to say 3. It has been a little while, guys. But we are finally back for Steins Gate. And you see that I have a smile on my face. And that's because it hasn't fully sunk in yet that along with going back to Steins Gate and seeing all my friends again, I have to watch them suffer. Because that's what this show is. It was just the emotionally torment Okabe hour. Yeah, so we're back with the emotionally torment Okabe hour. Half an hour, to be fair. It's a normal length episode. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, hey, hi-ho, and howdy, everyone. We're finally back. Yeah, so obviously, I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get back to this. More so than usual, just because, like, the way I've set it up is like, hey, it's gonna be a while before we jump onto the second season of stuff, or the whatever the fuck Steins Gate 0 really is in the end of stuff. But this one was a little annoying because I've been saying for a while now that not only were we going to get to it, that it was the next show, and then there was another one, and then there was another one, and then there was another one. So it took a fucking minute. But we're finally here now. Again, I'm so sorry that it took so goddamn long. But I hope you understand. I'm stupid. Yeah, so let's see. What housekeeping do we have to get started through, or to run through before we get started? Obviously, I don't know how many new people might be jumping in here. If you're new, hi. If you're back from the past, hi again. I'm annoying. You know that. If you're that latter group. But you don't. You probably figured it out by now if you're the former group as well. But yeah. So I recorded, I recorded and reacted to the entire first season, to Steins Gate proper, if you will, and I fucking loved it. It immediately became one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite show. I still don't know. The fucking fight between Frank's this and fucking Sakura So, and then Your Lie is now a fucking thing that's shown up, and it's rough, because it's all good. Anyway. Yeah, I fucking adore this show. I adore everyone in it. Fucking Okabe is one of my favorite male characters in any fucking anime form of media or anything like that. Fucking Kurisu is wonderful, and I, for some reason, have an immense love of Suzuha. I know it's just, I blame Sharmila. It's my fucking favorite. Leave me alone. She's fantastic. Anyway, yeah, so we did that before. I fucking loved it. It's obviously all there in the channel if you'd like to take a look, and if you guys need a refresher or anything like that. Speaking of refreshers, the reason I jumped into this and not Psycho Season 2 alongside Bloom, again, I told you why Bloom happened, but the reason I decided to go with this before either of those shows originally is because I have done like 3 rewatches of Steins Gate. I still won't remember everything, but I did do it like 3 times. I don't know if I like this show. I really, really like it. It's a really, really good one. It's kind of mean. And this episode is definitely not going to be different from that. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we're coming from before. Obviously, I for anyone who might be new, I am someone who completely fell in love with the dub of this show. I know people love the sub. I totally get that. You're wrong, but I totally 100% get it. Don't let anyone ever tell you that your fucking preference and which version is wrong. So don't tell me mine is. Because it's fucking great. Again, I like I mentioned, Sharmila is my favorite female English VA, and Jang Michael Tatum is my favorite male VA, and those two are very prominent characters in the show. It's pretty fucking great, and Trina and everyone else is fucking wonderful too. Speaking of VA stuff, one thing I learned like really, really recently is that I didn't realize before is that Mayuri's VA swaps around here in Steins Gate Zero. Obviously, it was Ashley before. In Steins Gate proper. It's gonna be real sad to not have her, but I can't remember. Was it Megan Shipman? Did she take over in this? I think that was what I saw. I don't remember. I do know that it's kind of lucky that I fucking lost the old version of this, because the original wasn't dubbed. The one that I had before was not dubbed. They did that fucking way later, and she is taking on the role here, so I kind of get a little bit of a teaser in here. It's gonna be a mind fuck to me, probably. We'll have to see how she do. I believe in her. I believe in your ability to take on the chicken tenders. Anyway, yeah, so that is the thing I do want to acknowledge, because I didn't know about that beforehand, and obviously I've talked about it since like before Steins Gate originally started on its own. There is one thing I got spoiled on before I ever started the main show, because trailers exist, and Steins Gate Zero had a trailer when it came out, and it was everywhere, and I couldn't stop watching it. And by couldn't stop watching it, I mean I couldn't avoid it. I didn't actively choose to watch it. It was just there. So we'll get to that, I'm sure, because we're going to do this in the first episode. So it's probably going to be mentioned, I would imagine. Anyway, which is a thing to sit on for all that time. Y'all already know what it is. Anyway, point is, yeah, that's the thing. And since this is picking off right there at the end of the show, this is the episode, or this is the alternate version of the episode where my boy goes back and saves the goddamn day. Oh, fuck. I just remembered how wild the end of the fucking show was. Anyway, point is, we're going to be jumping into an interesting time, and I'm very excited for that, and also not at all. Anyway, do I have anything else I want to talk about before we do get started? Again, just in case you happen to be new, I do timer reactions. That's a thing. Dub, fucking, I saw the original, obviously. I like it. Spoilers, da-da-da-da-da. I don't think I have anything. I think we're good to go in here. I'm concerned. I'm immensely concerned. But we're here, and it is good to finally be back with the gang, even if it's going to fuck me up. So, I don't know if there's any much else I can really say other than let's get started with Steins Gate, episode 23B. The one where shit gets weird. That's just the show itself, honestly. Yeah. We're gonna do it and regret everything. In 3, 2, 1, go. Should probably turn the volume on. That's where we left off. Yeah, it's nice. It's cool. It's got little pretty lights. It's so good to see you again, dear. God, I love her so much. Kurisu stole it in the end with the movie, but I... Fuck. If that's Megan already, again, I 90% sure it's Megan. But if so, fucking killing it. Like, it's... So I'm curious if he just, in the end, really doesn't go back, or what is different here? If he doesn't get the message, or I don't know what happens. But I'm scared. I'm scared. Because I know it's not going to be positive. But I'm just... Oh my god, I'm back. Oh, the squad. Ruka. Fucking Mocha. You... Fucking... You... Mocha. It wasn't directed at Ferris. It was... She gets better with time, but yeah. Oh, Mocha. Fuck. I'm scared. Did I mention I'm scared? Fuck. I'm happy, though. I know my face doesn't show it, but I'm happy to be back. So what changes? What's different this time? What's wrong? How did it happen? Where'd it go? Cause yeah, I know the one thing again, which again will be talked about obviously, because I think it's literally the whole big thing here. And the only other thing I know is I know about Suzuha's mom, and I know of the existence of a certain lolly. It's all I got though. Could be worse. Yeah, he's a real mad lad in the future. It's mad lad now, to be fair. Would recommend doing it. It does work out in the end if it works out in the end. Yeah, you can definitely hear that it's different, but it's really good. Like it's not. It still fits. It feels slightly more mature, but it still fits. I just want to point out she seems to be doing a good job. Don't give me these flashes. I already don't want to see what's going to happen. Bye-bye, sweet bean. Probably see you soon. Indeed. I really don't want to watch Kurisu die again. If we could just not. I've watched it too many times already. Don't love it. I could do without ever seeing that again. It's been a trip. Anyway. Hold strong. Yeah, kind of. But he's our wuss. I like the little ribbon thingy on the arm. It looks nice. I was definitely there before too, but I just don't notice things because I'm an idiot. It was fucking wild going back and rewatching the show from the beginning, catching everything in the first episode. That broke my brain. The metal Oopa. It's weird watching something that is so basically I've seen it. At least all up until this point. It's just a blast from the past. Oh, sweet bean. This guy's got a lot of trauma, actually. It's got about 24 odd episodes where, not at this point, 23. You know what I'm trying to say. I gotta see this motherfucker again. Literally. This human garbage can. Fucking lucky. Got a good voice. That looks good too. Throw that gauntlet. I want to rewatch all the fucking... See, I want to rewatch the Steins Gate normally again. Oh, fuck. I love this fucking show. Even though it's a total dick. part's gonna suck. Forgot how fucking dark this show is, too. Which is not great when you have a big... Motherfucker. I gotta get a better term for you, because it's accurate, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. Goofy douche basket. Yeah! Plot twist. This fucking guy... Well, I laugh at you. Haha. Dumb bitch. I tell you, probably not gonna work out right in this one, but at least in the other one you get emotionally fucked up by a nerd. Like, I don't like it because I've seen all of it, but I don't trust any of it. That being said, to be fair, it was already basically at its worst possible outcome the first time, so I basically just expect the same thing, which is still gonna suck. You have a common courtesy to get a goddamn Phillips head, you... Actually, I don't... No, it isn't. Flathead. My joke worked. She's actually really, really great. It's one of my favorites of all time. Another thing I've noticed in this is they've updated sound effects, because I'm pretty sure the punch he throws earlier, this punk ass throws, was a lot overly cartoony in the original. There was a lot of those kind of sound effects in the original. These feel a lot more realistic and subdued and awful. I don't want that either. Again, you're really great. Does not get easier to watch after like the fourth fucking time. It's still just terrible. I promise you, if you try, it does work out. I've seen it with my eyes. There's a happy ending, and then there's an OVA, and then there's a movie, which is kind of sad, but it also has a happy ending. It's pretty awful. It's interesting how it is flipping. I mean, that was literally what he needed, was someone to slap the shit out of him in that moment. And I know it doesn't mean much. I did see it. You can do it, I promise. Fuck. Fucking hell. Ah, that's so much more upsetting. Ah, goddamn. Boy, looking clean as fuck. Who are you and what have you done with my boy? Oh, fuck. He looks like a put together human being. Even when it worked out in the end, he wasn't that. Fucking A. I'm really glad to be back too, even if we're in the shittiest fucking timeline. Well, at least we can say fuck him still, so. My boy do look really clean, though. Like, I have the fucking physical, like, box set or whatever, so I've seen him in this fucking getup before, but it looks really clean. Actually, in the show. Stay safe, take care. Well, that's a way to end that. I'm gonna go back and watch this again. Is it still gonna have the horrible part at the end that I don't like? I just realized too, the show proper is gonna have a different OP, which YouTube has tried to fucking spoil for me, but I've avoided it, like the Batman, who's great at avoiding things, I guess. But I got distracted hard. But so that's gonna be different. So yeah, I'll talk about it when presumably we'll hear the line, and I'm gonna guess within the first few episodes of the show, but that was the thing that I got fucking spoiled on before I ever started the show. Yeah, no, it's still there. Okay, cool, great. No Psychon, bud. Fuck. Well, now I definitely have to watch the next episode. Anyway, yeah, so even before the first episode where she gets got and, you know, going back to fucking go and get her, and but before they ever, like, he ever got the realization that, hey, to save Mayuri, Kurisu was gonna have to die, there is a line in the Steins Gate Zero trailer that specifically calls out, like, it's been blah 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 since the death of Makise Kurisu, or something like that. Again, if it shows up in the show, which I would imagine it is if it was in the trailer, I will point it out, because it's been burned into my fucking brain since before I ever started the show, and it really sucks, and I've hated it the entire time. It's not great. Not wonderful. I'd go so far as to say I didn't love it. So I was sitting on that the entire fucking time. And again, having the show originally open with her dying was a mind fuck on its own. And then obviously it worked down to where we are now. Anyway, I'm not going to include these two in the same episode. I'm going to put them in two different videos. But they should both be coming out on the same day. And I definitely wanted to make sure that we did episode 1 alongside this, very specifically because, again, half of that episode was literally just the same thing, but, Mayuri's voice was different. And that was basically, it wasn't until he actually got back that everything was changed. You could tell, like, the moment it changed, like, the visuals were just slightly different, and obviously the actual wording that everyone was saying. Like, you could tell from his initial breakdown where he's talking about how he's the one who, in the end, caused that caused her death. Like, even the stuff there was just a little bit different. I want to go here because I want to be sure. I could just look in the Discord. We talked about this. I want to be certain it is Megan Shipman, right? I'm not fucking crazy. Yeah, Megan Shipman. She did take over. Okay. I could have sworn that was her. But yeah, no, because, like, I think if I remember correctly, what I was hearing is, yeah, like, halfway through the show is when Ashley drops out and Megan picks up. Again, from what I'm gathering, it was probably because she got really fucking busy after a bit, because Ashley's in all kinds of shit. Like, she gets work. But yeah, obviously I don't know if there's more to it than that, but yeah, so I did know about that. And I think Megan did a really good job. Like, I think she does a very clean approximation of that original version that Ashley did, and I think she did a really great job, and I like it. It's again, it's very similar but slightly more mature and slightly warmer in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know, but I like it. Yeah, so we'll have to see if it changes at all, but I mean, I'm totally on board when she takes over later on in the show. I think she's gonna do a great job. Anyway, yeah, this sucks. It really sucks. So I'm curious if, I don't think it showed up in the thing when it showed the time again. But I'm curious when the exact date this takes place, because again, now it's in college years for Okabe, so it can't be that far ahead. I would assume it's around the time that Daru and Suzuha's mom start to get together or something like that. And we knew it was like 6 years later or whatever when Suzuha was going to be born from where we left off in 2010. And again, if I'm not mistaken, like, well, like the show Steins Gate Zero showed up like right at that time too. So I was like, it was all planned. But so that's the thing. Again, my boy cleans up really nice. There's that. He seems fairly put together. I mean, he also seems like his mind's fucked, but you know, he's got an air of normal humanness, which is unusual for my boy. Curious to see how and where everyone else is. Again, I think right at the beginning of the credits there, I saw that certain someone, who again, I don't know anything about other than I know her VA and I know what she looks like in her name. But obviously I would imagine we're going to meet her very soon and I can talk about her there. But all that's cool, and I'm looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to that for quite a while. Again, I wish I could say more about the Kurisu thing other than just even if that hadn't been, if I hadn't heard that a bajillion centuries ago when the show first came out and that trailer was going on, There's pretty much only one way this episode was going to go to swap us to a different sort of unpleasant. It's good to know Nakabachi still got laughed the fuck out of again, because that fucking twat didn't deserve any better. Would have preferred he just died, honestly. Just drop him off a building. Anyway. So there's that. I am curious, did we just leave World War III on the table still? Because that's concerning. It's not great. It's not a positive. It's not generally something we're super excited about. Yeah. I'm curious if Suzuha then dipped back to her time or whatnot, or I don't know. I don't know. There's all sorts of things. And obviously then we have the thing there at the end. There is one more thing. I'm sure that'll come up at some point. Again, most anything I've been spoiled on, aside from that line from the trailer or whatever, has just been knowing of the existence of characters. Again, the one lady who I was talking about, and something related to Kurisu. We'll have to wait and see. I'll talk about it then. I don't know any context, and I don't know any extra stuff on that, but I do know of the existence. So it doesn't bother me too much, but it does suck a little bit. Could be better, but it doesn't bother me anywhere near as much. It doesn't bother me anywhere near as much as, hey, this girl dies at the end. And it was fine when I was just a super big Suzuha fan and I was like, Kurisu's okay. And then I finished the show and I was like, Kurisu was actually really great. I still think I gotta give it to Suzuha, but then I watched the movie and then everything was fucked. And then I was like, okay, well, Suzuha's like top 5. Fuck. So, you know, life comes at you fast. Also, I'm curious if I'm gonna get an answer to this at some point in the show, because it confuses me greatly, because, again, I watched the movie on the channel as well as the OVA, and everyone was very quick to inform me that the movie is not canon, and yet no one has given me a reason why. And usually, if they haven't given me a reason why, well, it's because it would be contradicted at some point in the story. That was the end of that story, so I'm curious. I'm very curious how that works. If it's somehow supposed to be contradicted in here, because if then that's the case, for some shows I'd get it, but for having a show that is entirely based upon multiple world lines, seems very strange to call anything ever not canon. So I'm curious what that's about, if I'm ever going to get an answer to that. Obviously, if it is a spoiler, don't tell me. But I won't pretend I'm not confused. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here, guys, and I will jump into the first episode officially of Steins Gate Zero. Again, if you happen to be new or anything like that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little beginning of it. Obviously, you're probably going to want to watch the original series first. That's obviously here on the channel for you to check it out. If you want to see a boy talk for about 30 minutes in the beginning of a video about Suzuha, go to episode 6. Fucking, what episode was it? It was the episode after the horrible nightmare, if I remember correctly. The awful, I failed. That is still one of the most fucking haunting goddamn things out of anime for me. I hate it so much. It's because I love Jeremy too goddamn much, man. Anyway, point is, that is there for anyone who likes to take a look at it. Obviously, you also have things like, I have a Discord, which should have the original chat for Steins Gate, just normal stuff all over the place, and they'll have a spoiler chat for Steins Gate Zero. What else? I have a Patreon for anyone who would like to take a look at that, because I am very, 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 very bad at plugging it. Here's me doing it now. Yeah, so you can take a look at that. It's not going to affect this episode, obviously. You wouldn't know if it did anyway, because I don't do it for the first episodes of a series that I'm doing, or a season or anything like that. But all my videos, or most all my videos, are on a 3-day like window for people who support with $5 and up. So yeah, if you want to get things like 3 days early, then you can go ahead and do that. And if you don't want to, then you don't have to. I totally get it too. But yeah, that was all that for anyone who'd like to take advantage of it. I just started Bloom Into You on the channel. So that is a thing that you guys can check out if you would like to. So far, I'm really, really enjoying it. I only seen the first episode so far, but I really, really liked it. We are also currently watching Madoka Magica on the channel. That is a show that exists. And it's quite wild. I like it. Within reason. It's a phenomenal show. From a distance. You should check it out. Again, I'm going to see if I could potentially do an episode of that here at the end of the day, but that's going to fucking suck if I do that. Anyway, there's all that. We're still playing through Fire Emblem Three Houses, because that's a fucking massive game, as well as the Fruit of Kasaya. There is currently a poll going on. I probably should have mentioned this out the gate first. It's going to be in the comments and description, I would imagine, because I think I'm going to put this out before Kaguya finishes up. Like a fucking wild man might. Gonna be crazy. No one will see it coming. Unless I tell everyone. Anyway, point is, if you're in the Discord, you'll know, because I have to adjust the chats. Anyway, point is, yeah, there is a poll going on currently to take up a show to replace Nichijou, which we just finished. We also just finished Your Lie in April, and Kage-sama Love is War. So feel free to check those out if you'd like to, as well as a fuck ton of other shows. But yeah, there is a poll going on currently, looking to find happy-go-lucky fun time, lovey-dovey, funny show thing of cute wholesomeness. And something like that to replace Nichijou. So that is going on currently right now. And will be running through an end on the 15th. So feel free to take a look at that if you'd like to. If you'd like to put in some votes for any fun stuff rather than horrible nightmare shows like this. Something to give me respite from this horrible nightmare. Yeah, so feel free to check that if you would like to, or if you have not already. Do I have anything else I need to say on the channel? I don't think so. Again, I'm going to sit down and record the first episode of Steins Gate Zero, and again, these should both be coming out on the same day. So here's hoping you dig it and you're excited as I am. I'm super fucking excited to be back with the fucking science squad. Even though we're down a fucking member. Oh, God. Probably down 2, because Suzuha as well. But at least Suzuha isn't fucking murdered. I've known it was coming for a bajillion years, and it's not better. It's not been better the first, 8 times I've seen her die. It's 4. I'm gonna rewatch it 4 times. That's not the point. Fuck Nakabachi. Anyway, and I realize Okabe technically stabbed her, but the context, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, fuck that guy. And I'm sad. And I hope everyone's okay, but they're not going to be. Anyway, I will see you guys next time with episode number 1 of the show proper. I hope you guys are excited as I am. If you are, give it a little bit of love, and I will see you guys there. Toodles, doodles, lemons, everyone. Love yourself some Kurisu. Please don't let her be gone for the whole show. I don't think they will. We let off very interesting there at the end. But still. That's still going to make me upset and say, anyway. Bye, guys.